Welcome to today's video. Today, I'm going to show you how you can start a business with limited time and money. The business model I'm going to talk to you about today is called Amazon Private Label, and it's a core part of our business here, and it's the business model that enabled the three of us to quit our full-time jobs and start working for ourselves full-time. We utilised something called Amazon FBA, and the business model itself actually allowed us to build a business and run a business whilst working full-time jobs ourselves. So first things first, how does Amazon FBA actually work? So Amazon FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. So what we're doing here is we're sending the products to one of Amazon's FBA warehouses. So through Amazon FBA, what they'll do is actually store, pick, pack, and post your products out on your behalf. So this means that you can actually grow and start running a business whilst you're doing other things throughout your day, because you've got a network of warehouses that are picking and posting your products out to your customers. So yeah, Amazon FBA was really the reason why and enabled us to start our own business and all quit our jobs and go into this full time. So yeah, it's an amazing business model and we're definitely big fans of Amazon FBA. So the whole point of this video is for any of you watching it that maybe want to get started with your own online business, but maybe you don't have the time throughout the day. This business model will require an initial investment, but today's example, and I'm going to run you through an example I found, and literally you can copy this example and start an online business for yourself. So the investment required for this type of business model in this example is going to be around $1,500. If you're new here and you haven't been here before, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications bell, because we put out useful videos like this every single week. If you've got any questions about anything I talk about, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. So I'm going to run you through a checklist of everything you need to do step by step. So you can refer back to this video, you can watch it again and again and again and follow this process through. You will need to do some of your own research, but this is going to give you a really good idea of how this all works. So number one, set yourself up with a professional Amazon seller account. So if this is a business that you actually want to build into something quite serious, then I'd also recommend that you take some tax advice from a professional and go about setting up a proper company along with company bank accounts. So it's sometimes sensible to do this before you actually get started. Number two, you're going to need to find yourself a suitable product opportunity, a product that you can private label and start selling on Amazon for yourself under your own private label brand. So I've already found what I think is a suitable product opportunity for this example. So to find this tool, I use something called Helium-10, and I used one of my research processes called the keyword method. This product, I think, is a really good opportunity. You'd probably want to do a few more checks yourself to make sure that you are okay to sell this product. You'd be looking for things like patents, trademarks, and to make sure you're not infringing on anyone else's rights. So I used Helium-10 and one of their tools called Black Box. I set a few filters in a particular category and asked it to return me with results. As you'll see, the product I found for this example is the aeroplane footrest. So it's actually a pretty decent product and something that looks to be quite new to the market. It's something you could probably do quite well with. So for full details on my research process, because I've got a few different ways of doing things, I would head over to the blog and read my How to Do Amazon FBA Product Research article. In this article, I literally lay it all out step by step, so you can follow that through as a checklist. Again, I'll leave a link to that article below. Number three, we're going to need to find a suitable supplier for this product. It's all good knowing that, yes, this is the product I want to sell. I think it looks like a good opportunity using tools that I've just discussed. So you're going to need to find a supplier that not only can manufacture this product for you at a specific price, but also you're going to want a good quality product. Sometimes it's not always worth going for the cheapest option you find. So as you'll see on your screen, I use a website called Alibaba, amongst some other websites as well. But I have found a supplier of this product that can, well, they're quoting us here $1.38 to $1.74. Now, usually these figures are just set out to entice you in. They won't normally include things like the shipping, maybe customizable packaging and things like that. So just use these as a guide, but it gives you a reference point for, right, I'll shortlist this supplier and I'll start talking to them. For this example, we're going to assume that we can source this product, so have it manufactured and shipped to either us or into Amazon FBA for $3 per unit. So I think I've been quite sort of conservative with that figure, but you do need to be careful. Don't just go onto Alibaba and assume the price you can see is the price you're going to be able to get that product made for, because it's much more complicated than that. So for this example, and based on the competitors out there, I'm going to assume that we can sell this aeroplane footrest for $18.99. Now, using Amazon's FBA fee calculator, you can then work out exactly what Amazon fees you'll have to pay for selling this item through Amazon FBA. So as you'll see on the screen, after Amazon fees, we'll actually make $12.79. So minus the cost of the unit, which we've assumed is going to be $3, we're going to make $9.79 net profit on every unit sold. So this is actually very, very encouraging. Number 5, so you found the product, you're speaking to the supplier. The next thing you're going to have to do is order a sample of that product. You need to ensure that the quality is up to scratch. I sometimes also like to order my competitors' products so I can compare my sample in terms of quality to the competitors' products themselves. I want to offer something slightly better if I can. If you can think of a small bonus to include, then you're going to make your product and your listing stand out, which, trust me, in the long term, you'll thank yourself for. You'll also, if you're doing things like creating customized packaging for the product, you're going to want to make sure you include all relevant safety warnings and any sort of details that by law really you should be including on the product packaging. Before you jump into any product decision, I recommend that you do some research into product certification. So you can actually ask your suppliers for relevant testing certificates, testing reports, certificates themselves to prove that they're compliant under the relevant directives. Really do some research into product certification to make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. Number 6, you're going to need to create a listing on Amazon. So this is important, I think, for you to do before you actually order the product itself, and I'll explain why. So before you go ahead and create a listing, you won't actually know whether you are automatically gated to sell this product. So Amazon gate specific some categories and some particular products to limit the number of people they're having coming in. So in order to get them gated in the category, you can either speak to a specialist, but the chances are Amazon will ask you to provide specific documentation to show that the product you want to sell really is legit. So create a listing first and make sure that you can actually sell the product before you invest your hard-earned money into that product. Another very important thing you're going to need for your listing is a barcode. Now, as you'll see, we've done a number of videos to explain Amazon barcodes to you. I would recommend watching our entire playlist on Amazon barcodes to make sure you know exactly the requirements Amazon have. So Amazon have a policy that actually require you to have a GS1 barcode. So make sure you understand all of that before going ahead. So the next important point about a listing is you're going to need to optimize your listing for all the best keywords. So we're going to want the highest traffic, most relevant keywords in your listing. And the most important place in your listing is the title first. So in order to find these keywords, I would recommend watching my keyword research video that literally runs you through our entire process when it comes to finding these keywords. So we like to analyze our competitors and look which keywords are actually driving sales and traffic to their listings. This way we can mimic what's already working for other people. I'm sure you can see why that's going to be very, very useful. Once you've set up your listing, you're going to need to generate something called an FNSKU label. Now, this is basically a unique Amazon identifier. So if you're wanting to sell your products through Amazon's FBA network, which stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, every single product you sell is going to need an FNSKU label on. So this way Amazon can identify it and move it around their warehouse and also pick it, pack it, and ship it out to your customers on your behalf. Number 7. So once you're happy with all of this, you're going to need to make an order. So if you have decided to use a website like Alibaba, you can use something called the Alibaba Trade Assurance Program, which protects your funds. So do a little bit of research into that before going ahead. But if you are making an order for a first time and you haven't yet got a relationship with a supplier, you want to protect your funds. So when we started out, if you've seen one of our videos before, you'll see we sold these sort of fruit infuser water bottles. We started out with an initial order of 500 units. So for this example, any products you find, 500 to 1,000 units might be a really good starting point if you're selling in one marketplace. So we've all got to start somewhere. So it's going to be how much money you have available to get this business started. But don't order loads and loads of products for your first order, because you might well end up missing something. You might well end up being stuck with a load of products that you just can't sell. So start off with maybe 500 to 1,000 units, depending on what you can afford and depending on your circumstances. Number 8. So you're going to need to make sure for private label that your supplier has put an FNSKU label on each of your products. So I mentioned this earlier, you've got a couple of options here. You could have the FNSKU label printed directly onto the actual design of your packaging itself, of the box. If these are Amazon specific products and they're not going in normal retail stores, if Amazon are dealing with the fulfillment of the product, you could do that. What some people like to do, and it depends on the product, is maybe polybag up the product and put a label on the outside. So either way, you need to make sure each of your products has an FNSKU label on it. Number 9. So before your order is ready, you're going to need to set up the shipment in Amazon Seller Central. Now, you've got two options with this. You could either ask the shipment to be sent to maybe your home address if you've got some space to receive these products, but otherwise you can organise for the products to be sent directly into Amazon FBA. All I'd say is if you are sending products directly into Amazon FBA, make sure you understand their policies when it comes to actually receiving goods. Make sure the carrier that you're using has experience with shipping into Amazon FBA warehouses. That's really important. You'll also need to make sure you understand the requirements of all your documentation. You don't want to be labeling Amazon as the importer. You need to make sure everything's set up properly and Amazon's warehouse is only a receiving destination for your products. Like I say, if you're sending your goods directly into Amazon FBA, I would do a little bit of research first to make sure you fully understand their requirements. Number 10. At this point, your products have been received into the Amazon FBA warehouse, your listing is ready, you've got new images up, and your product's looking really, really enticing. So now you can launch your product and start selling. So launch methods vary. You could use something like Facebook ads and ManyChat to distribute discount coupons, maybe of just a small amount, to start the sales velocity going. The whole trick of launching a product on Amazon is getting some sales velocity going. So maybe running external ads, using something like Google ads or Facebook ads. You need to get your products selling and moving your product up through Amazon's bestseller ranking system. You could also just use, and some people do, Amazon PPC to launch your products. So find the search terms you want to rank for and go aggressive on your bidding for 8 days, 10 days. It's going to require some initial investment, but you need to get eyeballs on your products. So for this example, we assumed that each unit could be manufactured and shipped to Amazon FBA, including all duty and tax and things like that, for $3 per unit. So if we were ordering 500 units this time around, that would cost us a grand total of $1,500. So doing the maths on some of the figures that we've been through and this product that we're speaking about, the aeroplane footrests, if we sell at $18.99, we know that after Amazon fees, we're going to make $12.79. Minus the cost of the unit, which is $3. And this means that the net profit on each product we sell is going to be $9.79. So that's actually pretty good. Now, if you were doing this in the UK or Europe, you would have VAT to think about. So in that case, you would need to be collecting 20% for the government of the total sale price. So in the UK, after VAT, with 20% taken off, we'd probably be making around about £6 per unit. Still a very, very good opportunity. I would say any product really with profit over £4 in the UK or $5 out in the US, I usually say that's a pretty good benchmark to aim for. Maybe you're happy to go slightly lower on that. Depending on the amount of units you might be able to sell on a monthly basis, it is going to be up to you and the risk you want to take on. So if we had to sell all of these 500 units at $18.99, what are we going to make? So I can tell you that if we did that, we would turn the $1,500 into $6,395 in revenue. That's $4,895 in profit. We've literally turned $1,500 into $6,395. All while you're at work, you're going about your daily business because Amazon are dealing with the fulfillment of your products through Amazon FBA. And number 11, at this point, the process is rolling. Really here, you can just rinse and repeat. So if you're getting into Amazon private label, it's sometimes a really good idea to build up a collection of related products under one brand. So sell products that an initial customer of one product might also enjoy. So if you're selling things like aeroplane footrests, maybe you could also think of other travel accessories and equipment they might find useful, and you could travel it up all under one clever brand travel related name. As you become more confident in this whole process, obviously you'll be ordering more products. So for this example, we just used 500 units and we made all that profit. But what I can tell you is the top seller currently of these aeroplane footrests are selling over 7,700 units per month. That's over $150,000 per month. And that's one Amazon listing. And they're using Amazon FBA, so throughout their day, they could either be working on growing their Amazon business or doing whatever they like, really. So based on the levels there of $9.79, net profit after our costs, if you sold 7,700 units in profit, you'd be making $75,383 on a monthly basis in profit. Obviously, you're going to get your initial investment back too. So you can see how powerful this Amazon FBA model is. Okay, now I'm getting excited. And all you need, and I'm sure you can see, is one product. One product starts this whole journey for you. From there, you build confidence, you rinse and repeat. You carry on, you build up your brand. And a lot of people get into this for the sole purpose of building a brand that they can maybe sell later on down the line. So to give you a rough idea how it usually works on an Amazon FBA resale side of things, an Amazon FBA business can be worth anything between 24 to 32 times the monthly net profit it is making. And this is literally exactly how we've done it. This is how we're in the office you can see behind me now. We've been selling full-time on Amazon for over 2.5 years. I really can tell you this is possible. We all quit our jobs and we now work for ourselves. So you can do the same thing too by following this process. So if you've got any questions about this video, please just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. If you found this useful, please smash the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on the notifications bell, because then you're going to be the first to know about useful videos just like this. And you can learn more and more about building online videos by being a subscriber of our channel. So now you know this is exactly how we've done it. So you can go out there now and do it for yourself. It really isn't difficult. You just need to get started, make a plan and take action. So I hope you find this useful, guys. There'll be more from us here at eBusiness Boss very soon. Thanks for watching.